Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Ana, and welcome back to the latest news update from Spain and Benidorm town in Costa Blanca. Today I had 3 news prepared for you guys, but it's gonna be 4 instead, simply because there is a last minute news that I just have to share with you because it's totally incredible. It's we are simply speechless about the stupidity of some people who work in the transport system here in Valencian community, because they let this issue happen. So if you want to know what has happened, stay tuned. First of all, let's talk, however, about the situation in terms of tourism here. What? Do you see that? Do you see that? There's just random people jumping with hands up and down in the video. Probably they are some... Oh my goodness. I'm tearing up. Probably these are some of the subscribers of the channel. Oh my goodness. Well, that was fun. So yeah, let's start with the situation in terms of tourism here today. Jeez. And in general, there are a lot of bookings that are starting to arrive right now for the spring, the summer season 2023. So everything seems kind of really good news. And a lot of the hotels are watching these bookings non-stop just to see and prepare for the grand opening. The majority of the hotels that were closed for winter season, a lot of them have opened up for Christmas, but they were shutting down directly after the Three Kings Day, so 6th, 7th of January, and remain shut down up until like mid-March or end of March in some of the cases. In some cases, even April month. So they are monitoring all the situation to see when is the best moment to open up, depending on how many bookings they receive and how many quotes and questions they receive for specific dates. Not only this, but Spain is actually putting a huge target point on the Chinese tourism. As you might know, Spain in general is for all kinds of tourism, for international tourism, and Chinese market, although it represents around like 4.5%, so it's not really a lot. Out of all 8 million, more than 8.5 million tourists arriving each year, around 701,000 of them were Chinese market, and that was before pandemics. Obviously, due to harshest restrictions that they had, they were not allowed to travel and basically leave their country and leave their house even some of the times. Right now, when these restrictions are over, Spanish Tourism Association is trying to bring the Chinese market back again on float. So they are going to China on the specific touristic fairs to promote in general all the tourism. Our region, Benidorm, is not as popular for Chinese tourism, but for example, Alicante is, Valencia is, especially South Spain like Malaga, Sevilla, Granada. These are the most popular destinations. But Benidorm would also love to have a piece of this tourism too. Why? Because they are spending one of the most spending nationalities that are coming to Spain. It's twice as much as German tourists, for example, or British tourists. And their stays are also way longer because they're coming from farther away. So obviously they need to use this time, and it doesn't make any sense just to come for a couple of days, which is why they have longer holidays, and they spend on average 2,407 euros per person during their holidays, which is why it's like a juicy piece that Spain wants to take over before any other country does it and promote themselves for this Chinese tourism for 2023. In Benidorm right now, we have around 67.5% of occupancy, which is a very good occupancy for February. Obviously, we were saved by Benidorm's Fest and by Valentine's Day. These are like very important key dates in February month. In March, it's gonna be the Women's Day, 8th of March. Then we'll have, I think we're gonna be having St. Patrick's Day, right, in March? And then slowly but surely at the end of March is when the summer season 2023 will start. Which is when it's going to be busy as it is. Let's hope the weather will be really, really good for that time. So Spain is basically working non-stop right now to recover tourism for 100%, because a lot of working positions, a lot of the economy itself depends on tourism on one way or the other. Let's hope this year will be even better than the previous year was. The second news that I want to share with you all is this news that is a total shameful situation. I hope it's a correct way to say it, because people who work in this transport service in the government, in terms of Ministry of Transport Service, should be ashamed of themselves. They should not be able to go out to the street because of what they've done. You all know that our region, our Mediterranean area, starting from Alicante towards Denia, we were struggling a lot with the train service. For a long time, for several years, they were changing the railway system. They were buying new trains, which are really expensive trains, which are half electric as well, like modern system trains, to make sure that we would get more comfortable trips, faster trips, and more efficient in terms of the CO2 emissions, okay? So what happened is that finally they've opened the line. Finally, there's no bus service. The works are done. And the last part was directly at the Benidorm's train station. We've showed you a specific update on it, so I'm going to leave it linked for you down below here in the first comment on how it was looking like. For 3 or 4 weeks in a row, that one stop was shut down if you wanted to go direction to Denia, because they were putting new railways and they are changing like the access through that avenue. Now it's all over and now the train is running back again smoothly. And what happened is a new problem. Here in Spain, as I've told you, they should be really, really ashamed of themselves, because I don't know how they even work in the Ministry of Transport, okay? Because there's one issue on north parts of Spain, which is where it kind of seems that the trains are actually bigger than the tunnels where they need to pass. So what happens is that these trains just don't fit in these tunnels, okay? That's in the north part of Spain. Here in the south part of Spain, the new, modern, loveliest design trains, that's my hubby right there, by the way, I suppose he is going to grab something for a drink. And these trains are passing in Altea through a specific bridge. This bridge is 1 century old, okay? You can imagine in what kind of state it is. So it supports a specific weight. These new trains have this weight that can be supported, but the Ministry of Transport forgot to calculate that these trains are not going empty through that bridge, that they bring people inside, okay? How is this possible? I don't know, don't ask me, but we are all in shock. Even local authorities here in the municipal hall of Altea especially made a specific urgent press conference today, and they were talking directly from the Alteas, like right near the bridge, you know, direct transmitting live video in the news, and they were saying that it's disrespectful for people, it's disrespectful for everyone, it's just, we are speechless of what has happened. And you know what they're doing? Since it was their mistake, what they are doing basically is to ask people, leave the train, then the train passes the bridge alone without passengers, and then passengers hop on it again and continue their track. How is this a good service? I don't know, because it's actually not. So the municipal hall basically is claiming to make this line 100% free of charge, so that people would not need to pay anything at all for all the inconvenience it is causing for numerous passengers that are taking this line right now. How they did this mistake? Who knows? Too much Spanish siesta, too much Spanish holidays probably, we don't know. But the thing is that it's causing a lot of issue, and we sincerely hope there's not going to be any much more issues with that. And with this one, well, if they need to make it free of charge, let it be, because at least it's some kind of a reimbursement, it's some kind of, help for people, because there's a lot of inconvenience in what they have caused for all of us traveling with this train every now and then. Let me know your honest opinion here in the comments, because this was totally unexpected for today and we are in a complete shock. Shame on the Ministry of Transport. The next news that I was planning to let you know about were the economic situation of a lot of people here in Spain that is pushing them to steal on their workplace. Yes, you've heard it right. Sometimes the situation is that bad that people are basically starting to steal at their workplace, anything that they can. We've had 2 cases right now here. One of them is in Benidorm, which is why I'm letting you know this news. And it was extremely curious because this is a person, she's around 31 years old, a female, and she's working in the casino, the main casino of Benidorm here on the Mediterranean Avenue. She was working there for quite a long time, and suddenly something happened with her, life. And there's a boat going to Benidorm's island. Let me show it to you while I'm letting you know the news. Let's hope we will be able to see it. You can see it right there. This is yellow-red type of boat, which is called Submarine Vision, and it's heading directly to Benidorm's island right there. So yes, it is still working, you guys. Right now, even now, you can visit Benidorm's island if you would like to, if you'll be coming to Benidorm shortly. So let's continue with the news. So this person has stolen throughout several weeks and months. She stole around 19,000 euros from the casino. Can you imagine? And she not only took this money and she just disappeared with this money. No, she decided to spend a big part of it in the same casino's playing machines inside of it. So obviously she was tracked. Obviously they've seen it on cameras, and she got caught by a police. What happened is basically they just put on charges, but she's free. She's on the street. Obviously, she's not going to be working in the casino any longer, and probably she's going to be in a blacklist, so that no other casino, no other playing type of machine thing, will allow her to work there. But she's at home. She's not in prison. She's not in jail. She's not anywhere. She just has charges, and that's basically it. The second case has happened in Alicante, which is not so far away from us. And this is also surprising because this is a package delivery service. My worst nightmare is that when I order some kind of package which has slightly higher value, that it will be stolen by a package man, or by a company, or just be stolen by someone who deals with it. So here it actually happened. This person, a male in this case, he did not steal for a big value, not 19,000 euros, but he stole for about 1,588 euros value for money in all the packages. The courier, the package system company, they've seen that a lot of people started to say that their package is lost, their package might be stolen, they didn't receive any kind of package, but it says it's kind of delivered, So they put 2 pseudo packages, which are false packages, with the tracking devices inside to track which kind of package man took them on which route. And like this, they got up until him. Obviously, they brought him to the judges as well, to the police. And once again, this is the Spanish law. He's outside only with small charges. Obviously, he lost his job, which is really, really serious, but he's not in jail, nothing like that. He just has charges on him. That's basically it. Which is why a lot of people are doing it, It's just the economic situation is not equal for all of us. Sadly, there are a lot of people who lost their jobs. Sadly, there are a lot of people who simply have a really, really bad situation economically speaking, and they are just desperately looking for a way somehow to help their families, and to gather this amount of money that is really, really necessary for them to survive. So this is what is happening right now. It's not as common. It's not in the Spanish television every single day, but this one surprised me a lot because the first one, especially here in Benidorm's casino, is a really, really important thing to happen and has never happened here, at least in the last decade or so. The last news that I wanted to share with you all is the false residence permits that were given to quite a few British residents here in Spain. This has happened in Malaga, not here in Benidorm. This happened in Malaga, so basically like really, really South Spain. And why are there so many people here right now? I'm shocked, like there's literally a lot of people. Why? There's a lot of people walking down the streets. There's like really, really a lot of people, which is strange. It's Friday, it's not a weekend, but around 50 people were taken under arrest in this Malaga's operation, and these 50 people, they were even whole companies of lawyers, like lawyer buffets, that were taking in charge, being in charge of all these fake residencies. They were helping a lot of British residents that after Brexit had difficulties and didn't manage to get the official residency, the legal residency here in Spain. So they were so desperate that they simply asked for this. Probably a lot of them did not even know it's illegal. This group in Malaga was charging around 1,600 euros per person per residence permit, and they were sending all the documents. They were falsifying documents to send them to the extranjería, which is where you actually are supposed to ask for the residence permit. And like this, they were obtaining by an illegal way a valid document. So once all this went up, once the police has discovered all this, right now there are at least 120 people that have these illegal documents in Malaga's region. Obviously, all these people who were in charge of this operation, they have declared right in front of the judges, they've given all their versions of what has happened, and right now they are free. But they cannot leave the country because all this is still running. The thing is that I'm simply thinking about all these people who are living in Malaga who have, some of them did not even know what was happening. They just asked for the residence permit, they paid the money, and the company helped them. They did not even know it was illegal to do so. But the main issue is that they have their permits revoked right now. So these permits are considered invalid. They are totally cancelled, and these people are in an irregular, let's call it like this better, irregular situation here in Spain. So once they will ask for a new permission, what will happen is that they will be in a kind of a gray list in extranjería, saying that they've tried to falsify the documents. So these people really, really quite probably will have a very hard time to obtain the valid and official legal residence permit here in Spain, which will make their life so much difficult, which is a true shame. And I wonder how many more people will appear while this investigation is still in place. And now let's talk about the weather forecast. Right now it's slightly cloudy, but it's not going to be like this for much longer. This is what Benidorm sky is looking like right now. Today in the Mediterranean area, it's going to be quite cloudy, I must say. So this is what you might expect. For the next couple of days, finally the sun will get out. It will be less cloudy on weekend especially. It's going to be really, really nice and cozy outside. It might be raining next week on Thursday, but obviously since it's still a long way to go, we don't know if it's going to be the case or not. So far meteorologists are saying that there's going to be some slight rain, but we will see if it's actually going to be the case or not. Overall, quite good weather, which is what makes so many people to go out right now here in Benidorm town and enjoy the weather. Just look at this. Look at how many people are here. That's totally incredible. In terms of temperatures today, it's around 14-15 degrees outside. On Sunday, temperatures will rise up until 18, 19, 20, simply because the sun will go out finally and we'll have some nice sunshine outside. Afterwards, Around Monday, Tuesday, there's going to be some polar air mass here, and suddenly we will have just 12 degrees, which is slightly cold for us, I must say, but not too bad since it's still not a polar, like really, really authentic winter. Afterwards, we will reach the same 15 degrees back again, and this is how March weather will be starting in here. Thank you all for accompanying us today on this latest news update. I hope you're having an amazing day, an amazing start of the weekend, and we'll see each other in a new video tomorrow. Bye, dears.